The Mustang Morning News is a public forum for student expression. Students make all content decisions, and opinions do not necessarily represent those of the Manhattan Beach Unified School District.
Today, we look at clean air vehicles that are unable to get a free ride into the carpool lane.
And we look into how the increase of California's minimum wage is affecting employees.
This is the Mustang Morning News. Welcome to the Mustang Morning News. I'm Vivian Watson.
And I'm Kyle Farrell.
Get ready to test your knowledge with the Costa Quiz.
Here's how it works. Go to our Instagram at Mustang Morning News and respond with your name, your teacher's name, and your answer to today's question for a chance to win a shout out for you and your class. Here's today's question. Which state has the highest cost of living? Is it A, Alaska, B, Hawaii, C, California, or D, New York?
Think you know the answer? Submit it through the response box on our Instagram story now, at Mustang Morning News.
After facing lots of criticism, Project Verandis is set to start building in Manhattan Beach. Reese Brunson, Emma Gordon, and Jada Meyer report on why this building has caused so much controversy.
Since August of 2020, Project Verandis has been in development for a while and has been bringing up a large debate. The Verandis project aims to bring modern and affordable housing options to Manhattan Beach. It is a 79-unit, 4-story residential structure on Highland and Rosecrans in El Porto.
I think we need more affordable housing for Manhattan Beach families, but it's really important that we do it thoughtfully.
However, progress on the Verandis project has been slow and has found itself in legal challenges from some community members. Lawsuits have been filed, such as the Chill to Build lawsuit, alleging violations of zoning restrictions and environmental concerns. The project was proposed in late 2020 and was approved by the City Council in January of 2022. They faced many appeals, but most were denied and the controversy went on, leaving the Council to remove the project from its agenda.
Opponents of the project expressed concerns related to the project's impact on parking, traffic, the height of the building, and also potential environmental hazards due to the site's proximity to the Chevron refinery.
Later that year in October, the Council denied the project, and a year later in 2023 it was reintroduced and passed with a new resolution where changes were made to make it a compromise that would please more of the residents of Manhattan Beach. Demolition is expected to start in 2024, and the Chill to Build lawsuit has been withdrawn as of late March. For the Mustang Morning News, this is Reese Bronson, Emma Gordon, and Jada Meyer.
As California's cost of living continues to rise, Nathan Inouye and Blake Diamond investigate the impact of the new minimum wage on employees.
Following worsening inflation and a severe increase in unemployment rates after COVID-19's outbreak, Gavin Newsom recently signed a bill raising minimum wage for fast food workers by 25% to $20, also increasing the wage for healthcare workers based on the type of facility. The bill not only aims to adjust pay to inflation and increase employment rates in California, but it also resolves a years-long fight by our working unions to achieve improved conditions and wages.
I don't really think it's sustainable because it barely sustains me, and I honestly am just a teenager. And if it can't sustain me, then I don't really think it can sustain, kids.
Throughout California, the bill affects 500,000 fast food workers, improving working incentives and supplying more stable income to laborers.
It will make being a fast food worker a lot more livable and be a more feasible job for people to make a living off of, especially in California where prices for housing and food are so high, and hopefully it'll make the overall customer experience a lot better.
But despite better conditions, higher wages raise several concerns for employers and business owners who have to adapt to higher pay.
It takes a lot to sustain a bunch of employees too, and it'll definitely make prices go up if our minimum wage goes up.
With California already having the second highest cost of living in the nation and extremely low affordability, higher wages that force businesses to compensate by raising prices may actually hurt inflation instead. Additionally, the sudden increase in costs may actually make it harder for companies to hire employees, possibly resulting in major layoffs. Although higher wages may appear beneficial to workers, its more widespread effects may end up hurting the employees it is trying to protect, as well as increasing inflation in California. Ultimately, though, as California navigates the challenges of inflation and unemployment, time will only tell the realistic outcome of higher wages. With the Mustang Morning News, this was Nathan Inouye and Blake Diamond.
We have the answer to today's Costa Quiz. The question was, which state has the highest cost of living? The answer is B. Hawaii's average cost of living is over $4,600 per month. California trails behind with an average of $4,400. Congrats to the winner, who has been announced on our Instagram story.
Social media is everywhere, with people of all ages logging on to different platforms. Ryden McMaster and Palmer Mays explain Florida's new legislation and the effect it may have on teens and their view of social media.
Florida has enacted a new law aimed at regulating social media use amongst minors, signed by Governor Ron DeSantis. This law is set to be one of the most restrictive in the country if it withstands legal challenges. The law, which will take effect January 1st, includes provisions such as banning social media accounts for children under 14 and requiring parental permission for 14 and 15-year-olds.
I definitely think that Florida proposed this ban only because they were thinking about the safety of children and teens, and they want to get more parents involved.
The initial proposal was more stringent, but was revised to address concerns before being signed into law. Some argue that this law infringes on the First Amendment rights and parental decisions regarding social media access.
I feel like we should be more careful around strangers online, but that doesn't mean we should ban social media.
Supporters of the law believe it will withstand legal challenges by focusing on banning social media formats based on addictive feature rather than on content.
I am concerned about the risk that teens are taking with drugs, alcohol, the risk that they're also taking with pornography and indecent exposure with other teens that actually is not appropriate developmentally for them under age 16.
The law includes measures such as account deletions for those under 14 and allows minors to be awarded damages if companies fail to comply. Companies violating the law could face fines and legal penalties upwards of $50,000. The law is a part of the broader efforts to regulate social media and address concerns about children's online safety and mental health. For the Mustang Morning News, this is Palmer Mays and Ryden McMaster.
Electric cars will be moving into the busy flow of traffic as clean air vehicles will no longer have special access to the carpool lane. Aaron Farrell and Bryn Berry find out what's driving this new bill.
If you've driven on California highways lately, you may have noticed cars adorned with clean air stickers, granting them access to carpool lanes even when they're driving solo. But that privilege could soon expire. In 1997, legislation authorized solo drivers of low-emission and energy-efficient cars to use carpool lanes, a move aimed at promoting clean transportation.
And as regulators, we want to do everything reasonable to encourage the growth of a thriving environmental technology market.
But now as we approach September 30th, 2025, those decals are set to expire.
One of the reasons I got the Tesla was so that I could go on the carpool lane and get places faster during traffic in Los Angeles.
However, extending the program does take a couple steps. According to the Department of Motor Vehicles, Congress would need to extend the federal program, followed by action from the California legislator. Only then can the DMV evaluate whether to extend the existing decals. But what could this expiration mean for California's highways? Some argue that it could alleviate traffic, encouraging more drivers to carpool or use alternative transportation methods. With a little over 1 year until the deadline, the clock is ticking for policymakers to take action. Will California continue to pave the way for clean transportation, or will commuters have to find alternative routes to beat the traffic? For the Mustang Morning News, this is Aaron Farrell and Bryn Berry.
That's all for today's show, Mustangs.
It's been a pleasure being your anchors for the last 2 years.
Unfortunately, today was our last show anchoring.
So for one last time, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Mustangs, and have a great day.